My colleague got called into HR today. Then again, let me say it slowly. My colleague got called into HR today. Not because he messed up, not because he failed at his job, not because anyone complained. He got called in because he's getting married. He works in engineering. His fiancée works in administration. They met at work. Not one of those loud office romances. No flirting in meetings, no drama, no gossip. They were careful, professional, quiet. They dated for years without anyone even noticing. Different departments, different floors, different schedules. They did everything right. Last month, they finally decided it was time. They told a few close colleagues. They started talking about dates, venues, family introductions. Nothing fancy yet, just hope. Then HR called. The meeting was short, cold, straight to the point. HR said something neither of them expected. Once you're married, one of you has to resign. Company policy. We don't keep married couples. No warning, no discussion, no alternatives. Just like that. They even added something worse. They said they'd prefer he stays, because his role is more critical, because engineering is harder to replace, because administration is more flexible, meaning his fiancée, the one who spent months after graduation applying, interviewing, getting rejected, is the one expected to leave. The room went quiet. This wasn't a negotiation, it was a decision already made. She hasn't even picked a wedding dress, hasn't chosen colors, hasn't sent invitations, but now she's updating her CV. Imagine that. You plan your life with someone, you plan a future, and the first big decision you have to make together is not where to live, not how many kids to have, not even how to pay for the wedding, but who gives up their career, who steps aside, who starts over. After the meeting, he came back to his desk. He opened his laptop, stared at the screen. 1 hour passed. He didn't write a single line of code, just sat there, thinking. Around him, the office moved like normal. Phones rang, keyboards clicked, people laughed. But for him, everything felt paused. Some colleagues found out. One said, "That's policy, nothing personal." Another said, "It's unfair, but what can you do?" Someone else joked, "At least one of you still has a job." No one meant harm, but every comment landed heavy. Because this wasn't about policy, it was about power. A company deciding that love is a liability, that marriage is a risk, that commitment outside work is dangerous. I keep thinking about something. They didn't break any rules. They didn't hide anything illegally. They didn't create conflict. They were good employees, reliable, professional. Yet the moment they chose a life outside work, the company stepped in and said, "This costs us something, so one of you must go." That's when the question hit me. If a company can decide that marriage costs someone their job, what exactly are we building careers for? Stability? Security? Growth? Or obedience? We're told to be professional, to separate work and personal life. But what happens when work refuses to stay in its lane? What happens when a job decides who you can love and what that love will cost you? They say it's not personal, but how can it not be personal? A resignation letter isn't abstract. A lost paycheck isn't abstract. Starting over isn't abstract. This policy wasn't written with faces in mind, but faces are the ones paying the price. Two people who followed every rule, who stayed quiet, who did their jobs, now forced to choose between love and livelihood. And the worst part? This isn't rare. Many companies still have these rules. They just don't talk about them until it's too late. So now, instead of planning a wedding, they're planning an exit. Instead of joy, there's anxiety. Instead of excitement, there's fear. All because a system decided that commitment makes employees inconvenient. So I keep asking myself, is this professionalism or control? Is this about protecting the company or controlling the people inside it? Because if building a career means your happiest moments come with penalties, maybe we should rethink what success is supposed to look like. And maybe, just maybe, work shouldn't get to decide what love costs.